next one in the album is
Sea of Sorrow. Yeah. This song started quite differently than like how we actually recorded it. It had very different structure.
Yeah,
than
we
what it is
actually
now.
we struggled a little bit with that song in finding the correct structure and the correct way we wanted it to sound. It was one of the last one we really finished before recording. Not the last, but one of the last we were okay.
Yeah, we
with.
managed to arrange.
And but I think it's also because it is a complicated song
It is.
in its structure, musicianship, and in the end it turned out to be because we put the correct effort into it to be like a complete song in terms of musicianship and
Yeah.
everything.
It's really challenging to play, and I mean the first draft was much more straightforward, and now like it's like the structure is a bit more complex.
Yeah,
Um,
it has some like it makes me feel of like progressive elements, even if it's not at all a progressive song, but it has really like
Yeah.
those elements that make it complicated. But in the meantime, it's not. It wasn't thought of to be complicated. It just turned out to be
No,
that
yeah,
way
I
because it
understand.
was the correct way to make it sound. So it has like great guitar solos, great vocal line, great riffs, and I think cool drum parts as well.
yeah,
Like in terms of only drums, for myself, it was a quite technical song to compose. Like there's all the bridge part with like some polyrhythms going with the feet, groupings of five, some polyrhythms on triplets, and it was for me it was cool actually to be able to put something different in a typical death thrash song.
yeah. I think this one for me was the hardest song to record on vocals actually.
For me, maybe not this one, but it was challenging, and it's also quite fast.
Yeah, it's
Very
really.
fast.
I was struggling actually to find the time to breathe between the lines. It was very challenging, but overall I think it has like a very eerie and dark vibe that not all the other songs have. I mean, each song on the album has a vibe, but this one is especially like a very sinister vibe, I would say.
And now that you say this, actually, I remember when we composed, we didn't want to have like every track being equal to the other one. We wanted each track to live by itself, and that's why I'm happy about Sea of Sorrow because it creates some dynamic overall in the album. It's a different song, but it's still the same band. Like you
Yeah,
can
of
feel
course,
it's
of course.
Schizophrenia, but it has something different. It brings in different elements of all of us combined. So I think it's really a cool track, but it's also a bit different, and that's why I'm happy of having it.
And I think it also has like the coolest breakdown in like all the album.
Yeah, absolutely. So next, the track following up Sea of Sorrow is Monolith, and we put that track on purpose after Sea of Sorrow because, as we explained, it was a rather like it has some progressive elements in it, and then we wanted like go back to something more straightforward, with not too much overthinking, and that's why we put Monolith there, which is, in my opinion, the perfect song. Like really, it gives you you have your blast beat, your really fast, cool riffs, cool vocal line. Like it's really the perfect.
Yeah, it's a very
straightforward
straightforward song and like no bullshit.
yeah, and has the beat downs. Like it's really, it was perfect after Sea of Sorrow. I think it also has a very morbid angel vibe, in my opinion. At least that's how I see the drums.
That was actually a lot of fun to record once I found the vocal line, because this is the song I actually struggled the most to find a cool vocal line. It took me months to find something that would sound cool, you know, and that would fit in the, because the riffs are quite complicated actually.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy riff to sing on, but eventually, like once I found the right vocal line, it was a lot of fun to record, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to play live.
For me, was definitely the most demanding song to record because it's the drum is non-stop. It's very fast to be tight. But what I really like about this song is the contrast between the verse and the chorus, because the verse
Yeah.
is very fast and then the chorus, like really, it's not slow, but it has this beat down element, but it's I don't know, it's still running fast, but it has a nice dynamic. And then the breakdown part, I love it. Really cool.
Yeah, it's very. It has like this sort of like black metal touch in there, you know.
Yeah. And then I love the arrangement we did on the last chorus. Instead of having the drums doing the normal chorus, we had just an element stopping the rhythmic section, just putting on some toms, like really cool. And actually, I think at first we wanted to make a video clip out of this song. Like
Yeah.
we really liked it a lot. Then in the end, we thought it was better to have Divine and Trainer, which is still a good choice. But Monolith was really a song we wanted to put forward. And
I mean, we were about to name the album Monolith.
yeah, we wanted to name it Monolith, and because in the album there's this statue, and the idea was to have either a statue or something like a monolith represented with someone kneeling in front of it. So that's why. It's
Well,
called-
the cover, the album cover is pretty much what the song is all about.
yeah,
So yeah, it's related to that. Well, so right after Monolith, we have Onwards to Fire to close side A of the LP, and this is the song that's a little bit different compared to the rest of the album.
and that which is why we put it after those four first tracks that are
Yeah.
relentlessly fast and little pause into it. I mean, there's small time to breathe into
Yeah.
those four songs, which is why we put that song Onwards at last of side A, which is very different.
Yeah. Well, it starts with a very melodic intro, guitar harmonies and stuff like that, and then it goes into like slow riffs. There's
Yeah,
like,
the first half of the song is all like it sets the tone. Overall, the song is a build up, as you said, with
Yeah.
that very epic intro.
builds up very slowly.
Epic intro, then it builds up slowly with like a slow rhythm on the drums. A lot of space to breathe. Like there's a lot of drum rolls, but not a lot of drum patterns. Like leaves a lot of space for vocal line to be
Yeah.
expressed.
Yeah, this was also like a lot of fun to compose, like vocally wise. Like I mean, I spent like quite some time like trying to find cool vocals, and it was challenging as well because I never did something that slow.
Yeah, and you didn't really have support of music in the sense that the music was like let go for the vocals to shine.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
But that's true for the first half because as we said, the song
Yeah,
is
yeah,
long,
then-
long build up, like epic intro, then the slow part, very heavy vocals that,
But
that
yeah, it tells.
shine.
I mean, this is a song that tells a story.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
there's-
how it was composed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then there's like this sort of like breakdown, which is
Well,
Yeah.
it's a breakdown that goes faster. It's just that from the slow part, then we break something so it goes faster up until that ending that is more like death metal part. It was really thought like a long process. Building
yeah. I
up.
think it's the most diverse song that we have on the record.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of elements, but it ends like very brutally.
Yeah. Actually, as I said previously, we wanted tracks to be a bit different. We wanted the album to have dynamics overall, like not only into the songs, but with each song being a bit different, bringing something different. And that's how that song was initially thought of, because Ricky had riffs at first when we composed like a bit different with a bit of that black metal feeling, maybe not influence but feeling, and that's how as a band we started building up this song. We said, okay, but why don't we do a whole song that is a bit that has that different feeling? And in my opinion, Onwards has, in my opinion, one of the coolest solos, guitar solos like towards the end, before the death metal part, really catchy, very long, melodic. Really, overall, I think the song is one of the ones where we're most proud of what we
Yeah.
composed.
Yeah, also because it's just different from what we're used to do.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed our storytelling of the first few tracks of the album. We hope you enjoyed the album as well. It was a lot of fun for us to do this little videos. Thanks a lot for your support, for all the appreciation we had. It really means a lot to us.
And also, like all the messages you guys shot to us on Instagram, Facebook, really cool. We're glad you enjoyed the album.
So if you still want to purchase it, of course you have our web stores, Big Cartel and Bandcamp, where you can order anything you want. We have some shirts as well. If you want signatures or anything, we're always happy to do this. So feel free to leave a message when ordering. And we hope to see you guys on tour soon.
Come to our shows.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.